I'm Healing Wolf, here to walk with you through the jungles of recovery. Let's take a deep breath in, breathe in through our noses, hold it, and then release. So today's video is called Dumb It Down, and you may hear in the background Lupe Fiasco's song Dumb It Down, in which he's rapping all kinds of dumb lyrics. They don't make any sense. And the message here on a recovery journey from anxiety or panic is that hyperanalysis or analysis paralysis is another protection sensation. So we're going to dumb it down. We're going to dumb it down. We're going to dumb it down. So let's stop the music for a moment and talk about what that means, dumb it down. On my own recovery journey, I was trying to analyze everything I was doing. For a while, I was writing it all down. Then I realized that tracking sensations is worse than useless because it keeps your focus on what you don't want and creates more of that. And instead, we want to dumb it down. We want to back away from that and live our lives, move into what interests us, what expands us, and what makes us feel like we're regaining our lives, because we are. We're actually reclaiming our mind. We're reclaiming our unconscious mind, which is trying to create protection sensations. It is creating protection sensations, but it's trying to protect us, to keep us alive so that we survive. So hyperanalysis is a form of that sensation. Negative thinking is a form of that, chronic pain, anxiety, panic. So on my journey, I realized that I needed to dumb it down. I needed to just focus on the moment in front of me. What's going on around me? What can I do today? Can I cook myself a healthy meal? Can I do some work that's going to be meaningful? At the bottom of my journey, I was still creating. I have a long history as a visual artist, named Artist of the Millennium in 2000. And so I was still creating paintings, even when I had to paint on my hands and knees because sensations were so intense before I began to recover and could stand again and could sit again and do all those things. So we want to dumb it down. If you're spending a lot of time analyzing this technique, this therapy, that therapy, and you find yourself in forums discussing, you find yourself interested in analyzing what other people are doing and judging that, analyzing and judging your own journey, then dumb it down. If you find yourself looking at something that you're doing for a while and saying, is this working? Is this not working? Am I modifying this? Do I need to change the way I'm doing this? Dumb it down. Just keep doing it. Keep doing the basic, whatever it is. If it's meditation, if it's visualization, if it's somatic tracking, or as I call it, my own technique is called returning to the temple or entering the temple, where you're going into your body, you're feeling what's going on. So that's like closing your eyes, seeing the sensation, saying, I hear you, I feel you. You smile, you laugh, some loving touch. Keep it simple, even if it's only a minute. The opposite, or maybe another way to say dumb it down, is keep it simple. Dumb it down is fun because of the Lupe Fiasco song. I like that. On my journey, I could put that on and just rap nonsense and then say, all right, I caught myself. You observe yourself. You observe yourself going into a cycle of analyzing everything, planning everything, trying to figure out the ideal recovery. There is no ideal recovery journey. There's a bunch of steps. It's an odyssey. You go this way, you go that way, you go up, you go down, and over time, better and better. You get better and better. But it's not obvious in the beginning. So you might have the inclination or the desire to try to analyze it and say, well, was this helping? Was that not helping? In reality, if it's not helping, you're going to get that feedback right away. It's going to be like when I went to the naturopath and got an injection and my leg was incapacitated. I became paralyzed in my leg. Couldn't feel anything. That was immediate. I knew no more naturopaths, no more injections, right? Instant. I knew it. And that was not just unconscious mind. Although unconscious mind was creating those sensations, my conscious mind said, this is not the path. I could tell this is not the path because it's exacerbating in a way that doesn't feel manageable. It's a whole different topic, but let's get back to dumbing it down. I was analyzing, I was trying to think if I do this over here and that over there and this treatment and that treatment. Instead, I dropped all the treatments, I let go, I moved gently into what made sense for me, and I was consistent with my practices. I didn't analyze them too much, I was consistent. So I'd set a timer on my phone and do a somatic practice, which I integrated from my training in rapid resolution therapy, which I've been studying for like 30 years and practicing for like 30 years. So I had skills from there, and then I had somatic tracking as presented in pain reprocessing therapy. So I integrated those two, and I said, all right, I'm going forward with this. Does it work? Does it not work? Am I analyzing it too much? All right, dumb it down, back off. Start it up in a way that you're just relaxed. Animals are really good at dumbing it down. They keep their focus really well. They're not hyper-analyzing every step. They're just going for what makes sense. And that's what I want you to do. Go for what makes sense. And if it makes sense to work with me, then head to healingwolfcoaching.com and book a free consult. We'll get you figured out on my schedule so that we can get you better and better and better. I also have a group on Facebook, The Healing Den, and please subscribe to this channel so I can keep expanding my mission to help others out of hell. I'll see you in the next video. Yeah. Dumb it down. Yeah.
And I'm mouthless, which means I'm soundless. Now as far as the